This is a news program interview with Dr. Ted Zeff.
Sensitive person, the constant buzz and bustle of the modern world is exhausting and overstimulating. Bright lights, loud noises, and strong scents can sometimes be too much. In the book, The Highly Sensitive Person's Survival Guide, author and psychologist Ted Zeff offer a plan, staying calm and creating inner peace no matter what the environment. And he joins me this morning to talk a little bit about it. Good morning. Thanks for coming by.
Good morning, Brent. Thank you for having me.
So tell me a little bit about the plan. What does it mean to be highly sensitive? How do you know if you're one of those people?
Approximately 20%, or at least 50 million Americans, have a finely tuned nervous system, which means it's difficult to deal with stimuli, and they're frequently overwhelmed by noise, bright lights, other stimuli such as time pressure.
So what happens if you're one of those people? Let's say that loud noises or bright lights really get to you. What do you get migraine headaches, or what are some of the things that happen to you because you have that?
It's a very good question. There's many reactions. Every sensitive person may react differently. Some people may react to the lights, bright lights, and they could get headaches. Other people have a hard time dealing with noise and they just can't tune it out. So I tell most of my clients, never leave home without earplugs or a headset, because it's kind of like a lot of times highly sensitive people just cannot tune out these stimuli, and the world today has become so overstimulating. So you have a 52-week plan for developing some of these skills that I assume they're the same ones that you're talking about. 52-week plan, that's a year. So is it something that you're going to implement during the course of the year, or is it something that you implement now that will get you through the year? Well, I recommend my first book, The Highly Sensitive Person's Survival Guide, introduced the different topics. In my new book that just came out this month, The Highly Sensitive Person's Companion, we work a little slower, where each week you would try a different technique to implement. Now, you also talk a little bit about self-esteem. Is that connected to the effects of sensitivity? Is there a correlation there? There is a correlation, and basically in our society, sensitivity is not held in high regard. And interestingly, there was a study done in China which showed children who were the most sensitive were the most popular, but in North America, the children who were the most sensitive were the least popular. So frequently, just because people have a finely tuned nervous system, society teaches there's something wrong with them. There's nothing wrong. As a matter of fact, being sensitive is a wonderful quality, where sensitive people are very responsible. They can tune in to taste deeper, feelings of love, beauty, and nature. So it's a mixed bag, being a highly sensitive person, but frequently society says there's something wrong if you're sensitive, because you're supposed to be tough, unemotional, be able to do everything all at once. And people who are sensitive, we need in society not only the warriors and the CEOs of corporations, but we need the artists, the writers, the teachers, the counselors, which is traditionally called the priestly advisors in old times. And I think it's kind of interesting, too, as you talk about being a sensitive person, that you talk about it on a number of different levels. You talk about it on an emotional level, but then there's also this physical level. For example, loud noises or bright light that can affect you. So you can sense things on a number of different levels. Exactly, and you have to plan ahead if you're a sensitive person. So I tell people it's very good to get a daily routine in the morning rather than having a cup of coffee and running out your door. You want to center yourself so you can deal with the stimulation all day long. So I recommend in the morning doing some meditation or deep breathing or reading something spiritually uplifting. And likewise at night, if we've been exposed to computers and the internet and people having loud noises hitting us all day long, we need to turn off all the electric equipment at night and just spend a few hours before you go to bed in a state of calmness by taking a warm bath or meditating or listening to calm music or reading a spiritually uplifting book. So it's so important for people who are sensitive to stimuli to spend times even having a mini retreat twice a week for a few hours. You just don't be exposed to stimuli. Very good. Well, Dr. Zeff, thank you for coming by and sharing some perspective and some insight. Thank you very much. Sure.
For more information, see the link in the notes, or visit the main site at talentdevelop.com, or the highly sensitive site, highlysensitive.org.